Hello students, welcome to MJC Learning. Today we are going to study Chapter 1 of Organization of Commerce and Management, that is Principles of Management. Chapter 1 Principles of Management. Students, in 11th standard you have already studied about the meaning of management, wherein you have studied that management is an art, a profession and science. You have studied about the different levels of management. In this chapter, you will be studying the principles which helps the management to do their work perfectly, effectively and get the work done through others effectively. Before that, we would like to take a brief look at the meaning of management. According to Mary Parker Follett, management is the art of getting things done through others, which means management is an activity where different persons working at different level get the things done through the workers, through the employees by following the different principles. So today we will be doing the principles of management. Before that, let's take a look at the meaning and definition of management. Definition of principles. Principle is defined as a fundamental truth or proposition that serves as the foundation for a system of belief or behavior or for a chain of reasoning. Now, principle in simple words means it is a generalized statements. It is a truth, a fundamental truth or a general truth which is believed to be true by everyone. A statement, the things which are believed to be true. Now, these propositions, the ideas which are formed by different persons, they are serving here as a foundation. They are serving as the stepping stones, the basic for the people to run the business efficiently. So, principle, they are the fundamental truth. They are the propositions, they are the ideas which helps the managers to conduct their day-to-day work and get that work done from their employees in a smooth manner. So, principles are general beliefs. That means the people believe them, that these statements, these generalized statements or the statements which are believed to be true, which are universally accepted, they help in to conduct the business carefully, efficiently. Now, there are various principles of management. Before that, let's take a look on the nature. That means how the principles of management are. The nature of principles of management are different. The very first one is universal applicability. Second, general guidelines. Third, formed by practice and experimentation. Fourth, flexible. Fifth, mainly behavioral. Sixth, cause and effect relationship. Seventh, contingent. Now, let us take a brief look on all these principles of management, the nature of all these principles of management. And the first one is universal applicability. That means the principles of management are universally applicable. They are held true by each and every person. They are applicable to all the types of organization, whether the organization is on a small scale or a large scale, a person conducting a sole trading business, or the cooperative societies, the joint stock company, all this require the principles of management for the smooth functioning. So, whatever may be the type of organization, whatever may be the size of the organization, whether it is a small organization or a big organization, all the principles of management are universally applicable. That means they help all the organizations to conduct the business smoothly. Next point is general guidelines. These principles of management helps the managers to conduct their day-to-day activities smoothly. They are the general guidelines. The applications of these principles depends on the different situations. The principle's applicability changes from situation to situation. A principle may be applicable at one end and may not be applicable at the other end. That means which principle of management has to be applied, that depends upon the situation which the managers faces. So the situations that comes to them when they are conducting their day-to-day activities. Next point, these principles of management are formed by practice and experimentation. That means all the principles are generated. They are held true only by proper practice. When a person faces different situations, when a manager goes through different things, that time he comes out with new ideas, and these ideas helps in framing new principles. These principles are developed gradually. They do not come once at a time. They are not developed or they are not stricken. Okay, it's done. They come gradually and with passing on time through research work. Research needs to be done. Then these principles are formed through systematic observations. The managers, while doing the business, while conducting the business, comes through various persons, comes through various class of persons. They come through the employees, the creditors, the buyers, and the different heads. At that time, by doing different observations, the principles are formed. Next, flexible. The principles of management are flexible. Flexible means they are not rigid and they are always ready to get changed. The changes are made according to the situations. So, the principles of management changes with the situations. As and when the situations changes, the managers needs to take their decisions. Depending upon the situations, the decisions also change. So accordingly, the principles of management are modified. Principles of management, as I've told you earlier, they are generalized statements. They are only the guidelines. We do try to follow them strictly. They need to be followed, but then they are not rigid. Changes is a must. The managers are supposed to be dynamic. That means they need to keep on changing themselves with the changing situations. So as and when the situations change, the principles of management also gets changed. They do not remain the same. They are not rigid, they are flexible, and they are always ready to get changed. They are always ready to get changed according to the situations. Next point is mainly behavioral. That means management is a group activity. Group activity wherein we have different managers working at different levels. We have managers working at the upper level, the middle level, and the lower level. The main aim of all the managers is to get the work done properly, effectively, and to see that all the employees are working to their full efficiency. So, management is a group activity. This group activity means it influences the human beings. The principles of management, they have direct impact on the human beings. These human beings are the managers, they are the supervisors, they are the section heads, and the employees also. So, keeping all these human beings in mind, keeping all the human factors in mind, the principles of management are framed. So, we say they are mainly behavioral. That means related to human beings, and it's a group activity. Next point, the principles of management explains the cause and effect relationship. That means they helps the managers to act as and when the different situation arises. They directly give the feedback that since this was the cause, this is the effect that happens in the business. So whatever the cause is, the cause may be, this cause has a direct effect. For example, if we are increasing the wages of our workers, when the wages increases, when the working conditions gets better off, when they are getting good facilities, naturally the efficiency of the workers increases. When you give positive vibes to your workers, when you give them good incentives, naturally the workers start working hard. They start pouring in their more efficiencies, the productivity increases. So this shows that when the cause is good, naturally there is a good effect. Each and everything goes parallel to each other. The management principles helps the management to understand the cause and effect relationship. It helps them to take good decisions. These cause and effect helps them when the decisions are taken regarding anything, and they also determines the reasons behind what were the causes and why the effect happens so. Next point is contingent. Contingent means general applicability. Contingent means acceptable by all levels of management. The principles of management are applicable to all levels of management. Whether the management is at the higher level managers also follows the principles of management. Whether the management is on the middle level or the lower level, all the management members, all the managers follow the principles of management while doing the business. The principles of management helps the management to solve all the types of problems, whether the problems are related to the employees, to the worker, to the employees, or to the creditors, or to the buyers, or to the products, men, machine, material. So they are helping to solve the different types of problems. Now, to sum up, the summary of this, that all the principles of management are equally important. If we want our organization to work effectively, if the management wants to get good profits, to increase the productivity, to decrease the cost of production, to get good support from the employees, all the principles of management are to be followed properly for the effective working of the organization. Thank you.